Buongiorno, it's Nathan from nathanhague.com and australiawow.com.au, and I'm looking very cool here. I'm actually quite cold, sat here in Huntingdon in the UK waiting for a train, so I thought I'd make a quick video for you. And the video topic for today is this. You're thinking about making an app, right? Lots of people go, ooh, path to bigdom and loads of money is to make an app. And they well, I think I'll use it for the iPad and the iPhone, which is fair enough. And they go, ooh, I think I might make it for Android as well, or maybe even BlackBerry or Android or whatever else they want to to throw their resources at. But that's the main thing, right? You're going to need an absolute shitload of resources to make an app. So here's the thing, right? A couple of things for you to think about actually. So the first thing, all right, it's not insurmountable, but what you're going to need is get your app created in Photoshop first, all right? Every single screen, I can't stress this enough, every single screen possible that you can think of, get your graphic designer to put that in Photoshop, right? This is going to help you massively, because when you actually see things on a screen, right, you can actually look at things and go, actually, yeah, that looks a bit crap, or, ooh, I didn't actually think of that, we need to put this in there. Trust me, at this stage, it's going to be so much easier to get your graphic designer to pimp it and like put some extra functions in there than it is to kind of program that down the line, because that would be like big bickies to do that, okay? So, first tip, get it all down on your graphic design, Photoshop style. Next thing is get somebody else to look at it, all right, because you're very close to the project. It's your baby, of course, right? So get somebody else that's got absolutely fuck all to do with you, all right, to look at it and give you their honest opinion. They've got nothing to gain by telling you it's good or bad, all right? They'll just give you some honest feedback. You might think it's the best thing since sliced bread, but if somebody else looks at it, they'll look at it and go, actually, you don't want to hear the yeses, all right, because loads of people will give you the yeses. You want to hear the no's. You want to hear the negative side of it, because that's the stuff that really counts. So get somebody that's not associated with you, that doesn't really know you, okay, to give it their BDI and get their opinion. Negative rules on this, trust me. The third thing I think is depends on what you want to go for. So if you want to like develop it for Android, it's so easy to get it through the Android Play or the Google Play marketplace. If you're going to develop for Android, easy. If you're going to develop for the iPhone and the iPad or any iDevice, you're going to need to get yourself your own Apple developer account, and it's about $100. And the reason why you want to do that is that if you're going to use a developer, like a programming company to do it for you, they'll actually put it in under their account, and that will not be cool later on down the track, because they can and they will hold you to ransom. Well, it's our name that's on this, so we're going to do whatever the fuck we want, right? So honestly, yeah, get your own Apple developer account. Next thing is use local programmers. Do not, and I can't stress this enough, do not use anybody that you've come across on guru.com or Rent-A-Coder or whatever, because they're all shit. Now that's a massive controversial point, but trust me, like I've spent over $14,000 right, in the first 3 months of Australia Wow by using Israeli US programmers. So English was the first language, but there is a lot to be said, all right, for being able to jump in a car, going to visit the programmers and beating them around the head if need be to get shit done. If they're in India, there's this demarcation point of don't care, whatever. Plus the fact you never know if they're going to take your code and recycle it for somebody else. I personally will never ever use Indian programmers, or in fact any other programmers at all, for any project, okay? A lot to be said for English as a first language as well. It's not xenophobic, don't accuse me of being that, this is bullshit. The reason I'm saying it is because if you're trying to talk to people in your industry jargon, it's going to be hard enough for them to understand it if English is their first language, if they're not in your industry, right? Let alone, a third party and English is their second or even third language, right? So choose your programming team very, very carefully. Okay, pay top dollar, right, and you'll get the right to be able to jump in the car and go around to visit them in their office if need be. Honestly, worth its weight in gold. Those would be a couple of things straight off the bat that I can think of for the software development crowd of you guys out there in the fitness industry. Now, the last point I'm going to make is you need to connect the dots. Okay, if you're looking at doing a fitness app, all right, it will just be another Me Too application. If you're looking at doing like another iPad application for fitness, it's like, right, what makes yours so special? Okay, well, we do workouts. Yeah, so does the other 400 different applications in the App Store. If you're going to do something, you need to connect the dots. So, it's great that it does the workouts, but then what does it do on top of that? Does it make the personal trainer's life easier? Does it make the client's life easier? Does it bind the two together? If you don't connect the dots, you're just another has-been, me-too piece of software, okay? So before you even shell out a single dollar or a single couple of pounds, right, make sure that your product, do your market research. What is your product actually there to do? What problem does it fix by them using your software in the first place? And see what your competitors are doing as well. They might do one thing really, really well. Well, that's great. What can you do on top of that? You only have to be 10% better, all right, to get a lot more sales than them. That would be that, really. The final thing, I think, the final thing would be the actual marketing of the piece of software. So you've got it in the App Store, big fucking whoop, right? So there's the other million apps in there as well. So do not ever think that Apple or Microsoft or Google will actually promote your app, because they don't give a shit, right? The idea is that you need to kind of build your clientele, right, and the wow factor, right, to drive the sales, and probably offline more than online. Because once you're in the App Store, no one cares. It'll just be lost and buried with all the others. It's very, very slim that anyone makes anything more than maybe $50 to $100 a week if you're lucky with any apps in the App Store. Okay, so dirty little secret, right? If I create another fart app, I'll be a millionaire. Actually, no, you won't. Those days are long, long, long gone. So lots to think about. I thought I'd just drop the line to you, because a lot of you have just asked me, Nath, we've got an app idea, what do you think? So these are my honest and upfront ideas. Everyone's an entrepreneur. Every one of you watching this has got a really good idea in their head, at least one really awesome, batshit insane, world-changing idea. But you need to harness that and hone it before you even go through the pain of starting to go down the app development route. Trust me, I've been doing this for about 6.5 years, and if I personally had known how long it was going to take till we started turning a dollar, I would never ever have started to go down the software development route. Interesting point, right? But now we're here with Australia Wow, we're quite happy where we are. So anyway, that's it. I hope this has helped somebody, or all of you, or none of you. I don't care. But I'd love to hear feedback, either or. Nathan, out.